Welcome viewers, Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison, Theologist, Central Coast, New South Wales, Australia. One of the things that is haunting me just of late since my last breakup is how flippant people are, even in older age, as to protecting their relationship. I would never want to put myself in a situation where my partner tells me to fuck off. There's a lack of understanding in a lot of these older women as to what a man actually needs. It's all very well for women to go, well, I need this and I need that. Look, at 57 years old, I think I've worked that one out. I worked that one out by the time I was 30. Not an issue. But when you're meeting people that are deliberately not resolving things, there has to be a message behind that. There has to be something that we need to learn from the way in which the structures of our societies aren't working, or our families aren't working. Because I think anybody that gets the opportunity to have a half-decent, sensible, loving, intimate relationship at, the age of 50, who takes it for granted, is not sound in mind. Is just not sound in mind. So I sent my ex-wife a video by Randy, I forget her second name, about after your long-term relationship. I also sent another one I'm sure it was Randy. She's got some great videos, and it was about how you approach life after you lose a long-term relationship, what you can learn from that, and how you can present yourself in the future in a way in which you're pretty well bulletproof as to losing another relationship by lack of your performance. And so she says, "Are you okay? I can't understand why you would send me these messages. They're not messages, they're teachings." And I said, "Psychology, I'll stop sending them, I think. They're insightful. Keep well." She goes, "They are, thank you. Sorry, I read too much into it. How are you?" "We don't need any more relationship failures," I said. "I'm strong. Hope you are too." She goes, "I know you've always been strong. I've decided that I'll just be by myself now. The men out there are horrible and only want sex. If they can actually do it. Keep well." And I've gone, ha ha ha, I told you, it's a mess. Stay well. And then I sent one of Randy's talks on men over 50, which was really interesting. And she laughed and she said it's their loss because they can't perform. And this terrifies me because the ladies that come into my life know that they're going to get specific, special attention that matters. And I cannot work out for the life of me where or why the narcissistic attributes are rising up in the middle of something, like after 12 months or something. All of a sudden you're dealing with this narcissism. I just don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say, what's going on out there. I mean, performance is totally irrelevant. I've got, women are asking for performance. Well, what is performance? The last woman I had, you didn't even have to go to her place. It was bizarre. It wasn't about performance. It was about supply. It was obvious. It was just about suiting, dysfunction and supply, sexual supply. Without unresolved, you know straight away that things are going down the tubes. And at our age, 40, 50, I'm nearly 60, you think people would know better when they're playing with their hearts. And you can talk to them about it. You're the meat in the sandwich here. You're putting your heart on the slaver for me. You're trying to suit Rory, the golden child. And you watch these people just making no decisions or wrong decisions. A lot of them just won't even say anything because they can't. They know by way of counsel that they've raised these children with a bend towards enmeshment. They've abused their children. They've surrogated their children. They've partnered with their children in a way in which they shouldn't have, emotionally. And this has massive effects on their personal, intimate relationships. I'm telling you, I've watched it. I've seen it several times now. The adult sons go hostile. The poor woman doesn't know if she's coming or going. The boyfriend gets the shits because he don't want to tolerate little privileged people's delusions and things. You can talk to them. You can walk it through it. It makes no difference. That's why I've come to the conclusion, if you run into people that are enmeshed, the kindest thing you can do for everyone is just walk away. For goodness sake, walk away and leave them alone. They don't want you there. They don't want a proper relationship. It's not what it's about for them. It's about supply, and just be a supply until I'm ready for more. To some extent, they'll work in with you, but they're only working in with you to keep up with the supply, not to build anything long term or anything that I could tell. Because without resolve, there isn't going to be any long term. That's just not going to happen, viewers. It's just not. Unresolved will not allow that to happen. Just like enmeshment within a family, if you're with somebody that's enmeshed, you're never going to have a proper full relationship because there'll always be an element of emotional void, which is going into the enmeshment. So I can't understand for the life of me, you've got these women saying, oh, this, that, and that, and this, and all the best men are married and stuff. Well, I can tell you, it's when you're a fit, strong, well-educated, thoughtful, trying to understand, committed man out there, I've gone out and looked. I honestly think that it is on the dating sites. You have to go to the dating sites. Because it's not like it used to be when you go out. The people just aren't there. They don't need to be there. Most people are sloths. They'll just sit at home and hide till they land someone. And then use them for supply. until the fad wears off and then go to the next and the next and the next. No, I don't want to do that. I never have wanted to do that. I've always tried to work my relationships out. Even my last girlfriend, I'm sure there was no way she thought we'd ever break up. I'm sure of it. And the woman I married. But nah, they couldn't make it. It was crazy. And they live in regret because they know underneath that I did want to care for them and love them and be strong and exciting, and they spoiled it. They just out and out spoiled it, and shame on you. Shame on you for spoiling, the genuineness of it all. So if it's not the woman spoiling it in one instance, it's the man spoiling it in another instance. It goes both ways. Karma has a way of showing you what it's doing to the person by the way in which they behave. Because past behaviour predicts future behaviour. That's all there is to it. She's probably thinking, well, the next girlfriend, you'll tell her to pack her bags and fuck off. Yeah, I will. If she's not performing and playing up, I will. I'll challenge it like I always do. I'll challenge it. I'll put it out there. And then I'll wait to see if it gets fixed. And if it don't, guess what? Sayonara. Thank you for coming. You're having yourself on. Because I'm too old. I put too much work in when I was young for all this stuff, psychology and theology and tens of thousands of dollars, while most of these people were wasting their money on alcohol and drugs. They got nothing to show for it. And I pray to God. I pray to the Lord my God that all of us find our way and all of us find the person that we're supposed to be with. Or we accept that we're going to be on our own. That's all there is to it. So I'm Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison, theologist, Gosford on the Central Coast, New South Wales, Australia. If you've enjoyed this video, consider liking, subscribing, and commenting, and share if you think it's going to help someone. This is Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison, theologist. Bye for now.